Okay, let's just settle into our meditation posture and have your mind land in the same place your body is. And take a nice deep breath if you need to. If you are sitting at a desk and your feet are down on the ground, have them in a parallel position rather than the ankles crossed or the knees crossed. And the knees also in a parallel position, everything about a hip's width apart. And have something nice and firm underneath your sacrum, your sits bones. And a little bit raised. Excuse me, if you have tight hips, tight knees, and you can also put a couple of cushions underneath each knee. Hands are in the meditation mudra, right hand nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light. And welcome, Manuel. Stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. And you can imagine someone's lengthening your spine. Just allow all the stress of today, just drop away, put some space in between those vertebrae that we've been pounding down all day. And the head is slightly tipped forward, the eyes are down looking along the length of the nose, and the tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And so bring the mind or your awareness to the crown of the head and relax your scalp there. Hello, Victor, welcome. Relax the forehead, the eyes and nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth. Relax the back of the head. Relax the ears, the temple, the back of the tongue, and the jaw. And just release any tension in the back of the neck, on the shoulders, shoulder blades, and that upper thoracic region. Just relax all of that area in between the shoulder blades. And your throat and chest and belly, limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes. And bring your mind to the breath as you notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling, flowing gently across the outside of the nostrils, and then as you're exhaling, it's slightly warmer. If there are any sounds in your external environment, just notice what sounds are you attracted to, or what sounds do you try to push away, wish they weren't there. And then allow the sounds to be there. As you refocus your attention on your breath and the sounds fade. And notice your thoughts as they arise, abide, and flow on. And are you flowing on with your thoughts, or are you watching them? I saw a little video with Mingyur Rinpoche the other day, and he was saying, if you're in the river, you can't separate yourself from the river, you can't see the river flowing. But if you're sitting on the bank of the river, you can watch the river flow by. So he was saying this is kind of how you need to be with your thoughts. Try not to engage with them, try not to be in them, just be an observer on the bank of the river, watching your thoughts, a river of mental moments flowing on by. Keeping the mind on the breath. And let's bring to mind all the people of our life. And this is the ones we love, our spouses, our children, our best friends, our colleagues, those people who are just unconditionally supportive of you. And then there's those people who we tend to push away, wish they weren't around. We avoid them. Maybe they harmed you or they just irritate you. And then there's these strangers, these people who just fleetingly flow through our lives at the checkout, the line to the ATM, the line to get gas or electricity, whatever you drive. I think that all these people in our life, they actually can and have and probably will continue to change places. As the karma arises and changes. So they actually all deserve our equal concern. Not just the ones we love. And the reason for this is because that they are all equal, just like us, want to be happy and want to avoid suffering. And just like us, they all have this unbelievable capacity for this enlightened mind. So just think we'll do this practice tonight for the benefit of all these people of our life and for ourselves as we move along our spiritual path and for all sentient beings. Maybe as Coral mentioned, that her cows, all the animals that are getting distressed, when they can smell the smoke, they know it's dangerous. It disturbs their mind. So we do this practice for them. So just think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind. We can change our mind by creating positivity. So the first of the four opponent powers is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being today, in this life, and in all past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And then in general, regret all the ones you don't remember. And the reason we're regretting is based on this logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. So having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So logically, it makes sense to pull out those karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So we think, I regret from the depths of my heart, having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want this future suffering. I am sick of suffering. And also regret all our delusions, our anger and attachment and the rest, that are the cause of why we harm others, and think I am sick of this suffering. And what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has methods we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So just imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can imagine also this is your teacher, your guru, your lama, your trusted mentor, spiritual guide, however you view that person, manifesting in this human form for your benefit. in this Vajrasattva form for your benefit. He is made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud. It's the same as our enlightened potential, is born out of our delusions, but is yet untainted by them. Vajrasattva has this beautiful, radiant, youthful yet timeless face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you. And whatever it is you're showing up with this evening, it's totally okay. He does not care. He's accepting you exactly as you are. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. He's wearing the 5-pointed crown on his head. It's embedded with jewels. He's wearing jewelry, sparkling, precious jewels around his neck, around his waist and arms and wrists and ankles. He's wearing these beautiful silken celestial robes in the royal Indian style. He has an aura of light around his head and around his body. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And there being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So this is a little bit of meditation on compassion here. And we need to develop, in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So let's think about the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So think first of all of someone you have harmed recently, and just develop a sense in your heart for them, a wish for them to no longer suffer, to be free from suffering. And then you can do the same for somebody who maybe has harmed you, although a little bit more difficult. Just wish in your heart that they don't suffer. So you develop compassion. It's actually better for our mind to think that way. It benefits us. So think I must purify for their sake. So next we come to the power of remedy, and this is the actual medicine, the doing of the mantra recitation and the visualization. So we start with the body, and imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, or you can even imagine, say, a strong waterfall like Niagara Falls. It comes forcefully from his heart and arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you, and it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body. And it disappears into space in the form of inky black liquid as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified. And think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So the next is the purification of our speech. So now imagine again Guru Vajrasattva very happily sending powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space. Not one atom left. And Lamsa Rinpoche would say it kind of pushes out of the top of the head, almost like forcing the same kind of force as if a wind would blow the hat off the top of your head. So it's quite forceful. And so imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So again, Feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. So next is a purification of the mind, and Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light this time from his heart chakra, and this light arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So just like when you walk into a dark room and switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness. Same here. So the moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind is instantly dispelled. So all your depression and attachment and anger and neediness and not feeling worthy enough, all your jealousy and bitterness and grudges and disappointments, all of this instantly dispelled by this light as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering, all of our delusions and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified. And think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So now imagine Guru Vajrasattva sending light and nectar so as we purify even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech and mind. So you can imagine, or you can recite if you wish, a couple of mantras each for the visualization of the body and of the speech and of the mind. Or if that's too much, too busy, you can imagine light and nectar pouring in, filling you completely and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anurakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahom pe Now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So next is the power of resolve, and this is the fourth step in the purification process, and it's a really crucial step. So this is where we make a decision to not harm again with our body and our speech and our mind. So this determination, this aspiration to not harm is like a beacon. It kind of guides our body and our speech and our mind just in different directions, in new directions. So as Rinpoche says, everything exists on the tip of the wish, the aspiration. So just think of something that you would like to work on between tonight and tomorrow. First of all, rejoice in the efforts that you have been making on the various bits and pieces that you have been working on, no matter how small a gain that you've been making. Slowly, slowly. This is very intense work we're doing on our mind. It takes time. It takes time to kind of settle into our heart. So be patient and rejoice. So we just make a decision. I'm just going to refrain from harming. And I'm going to refrain from one particular habit for 5 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes or even overnight while I'm sleeping. Fantastic. So Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown and think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call this union oneness. So next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma, there is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty, not existing from their own side. Or you can think perhaps the way things appear to me, the way I'm seeing things, the way I'm interpreting things may not actually be the way they in fact exist. It's good to question it every now and then. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy we've created this evening doing this purification to all the people of our life, to ourselves as we're moving along our spiritual path, and to all sentient beings. May the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjanath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honouring the three jewels, savour of myself and others your disciples, please, please live long. For Lama Ursul, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please, please live long. And for Geshe Cherub, beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. So there we go, gone like a dream yet again. I don't know where time is going. It's just kind of very fleeting, disappearing. All right, everybody. I know, exactly. Or blowing up as we waste most of it during the day. Never mind. Okay, lots of love, everybody. Good night. Please sleep well and do take care. Good night. Okay, thank you.